world that is more compassionate, more empathetic, more mindful. And so these meditation practices that I share 3 different types: breath work, visualization, and mantra. And so these are the 3 main core forms of meditation. Visualization, what Novak was saying he did earlier, where he visualized himself winning the Wimbledon trophy. Visualization is an ancient form of transporting the mind. And there's studies now that show that virtual reality does the same thing to the body and the mind as the actual thing. So when you're standing on the edge of a cliff in virtual reality, your mind is having the same fear as when if you're actually standing on the edge of a cliff. So when you visualize something in your mind, it's actually real. If you visualize yourself at a beach, you'll feel the calm of the ocean. If you visualize yourself on a mountaintop, you'll feel the serenity of the peak. If you visualize yourself winning a trophy, working hard, focusing on the process, practicing becoming better, you become better. If you can't hit a particular shot in real life, if you visualize it, you may then actually be able to do it in real life because you've seen it. Everything that we see, whether it's your favorite car or whether it's a beautiful home, it existed in someone's mind before it existed in reality. Yes. So we have to realize that. So that's visualization. And the third and final is sound and mantra. And the reason why sound is so powerful is sound transports us quicker. If you think about your favorite song from when you were a teenager or when you first fell in love, if you hear that song, you're back in that moment already.
Back in the flow.
Back in the flow. When you song that you won a trophy to or whatever it may be, you're back in the moment. So songs and music and mantra is the repetition of a particular set of words. And that repetition can allow you to get back in the zone. And so athletes, I know Novak does this when he's about to play tennis. He has a mantra that he may repeat. I have mantras that I repeat before I go on stage. I have mantras that I repeat when I feel negative. These mantras change your mindset. So I share that. Do you want us to do one together, Novak? Would that be fun or not?
Sure. Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah? Should we do a quick meditation together?
Let's do it. Let's do a quick one.
Okay. If you want to, we don't have to.
No. It's absolutely fine. Love it.
Okay. I'm just checking. I didn't know where you want to. If you want to.
People would love to actually experience that live and what that sounds like, or what that looks like, or what that feels like.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a short one.
Yes.
Can you hear the music, Novak? Tell me yes or no. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you all to close your eyes. And what I want you to do now is bring your awareness to calm, balance, ease, stillness, and peace. Whenever your mind wanders, just gently and softly bring it back to calm, balance, ease, stillness, and peace. Place your left palm on your stomach. And as you breathe in, feel your stomach come out. And as you breathe out, feel your stomach go in. As you breathe in, feel your stomach go out. And as you breathe out, feel your stomach go in. Breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Allowing the 1, 2, 3, 4 to become your guide. And now repeat after me. I am grateful for and fill in the blanks. Whatever you're grateful for. It could be a person, a place, a project. See, we don't reflect on the good times as much as we reflect on the bad times. We remember the bad times more than the good times, because when we go through something bad, we cry for a month. But when we go for something good, we celebrate for a night. And so it's so important to deeply step back into a space of gratitude. And you can visualize a moment in your life that you are extremely grateful. Visualize, what could you see? Who was around you? Where were you? What was in the sky? What was on the ground? And what could you hear? Was it someone's voice? Was it particular music? Was it the cheers? And what were you feeling at that time? The love, the joy. This time when you breathe in all of that gratitude, that joy, and that kindness. And breathe out any negativity, stress, or pressure. Literally step back into that moment and experience the gratitude in your heart. Extract it from that moment, take it all into your body and mind, and breathe out any stress or negativity. And when you're ready, in your own time, at your own pace, when you're ready, you can gently and softly open your eyes. So that was a very quick version. That was about 3 minutes. But you can see how we did all of them. We did breath work, we did visualization, and even mantra, I am grateful for. And you can see very quickly how you can get into such a deep state. And if you think about our negative states, we don't even need to meditate and you're in a negative state. And so when we deeply connect with gratitude in this way, through visualization, through all our senses, what can we hear, what can we see, what can we smell, what can we taste, then gratitude becomes real, it becomes physical. And that's what we all need to do. So that's just a simple meditation. Thank you, Novak, for letting me share it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it was very profound. And I just, I think there's a lot of misinterpretation and misperception about what meditation is. And I think you really beautifully broke it down in a simple way. You know, through you were guiding us through 3 steps. And I think, you know, there's, you know, a lot of, I guess, parts of the world and different religions that think, well, meditation belongs to, you know, Hinduism or Buddhism, and it's not part of our religion, and we should, as such, we should refuse it. So I think it was really interesting the way you've explained it, and the way you've kind of tried to put it closer to a perception of the mind, of really making it clear by the meditation is breathing, the meditation is prayer as well. Mm-hmm. Because affirmations or mantras are prayer work, you know? Yes. And visualization is something that you are doing in any religion in any part of the world, because we all visualize ourselves being healthy. We all visualize ourselves achieving something in our life. And so meditation is everything, but meditation is mindfulness of being focused on that moment and being aware that you're breathing. Because breath, we talked about breath. I talked with Shervin actually about breath, and it's such a powerful yet so underrated function, right? We completely breathe. Once we stop breathing, we stop living. Completely. So we're breathing, so why should we at all focus on that? I mean, what's the big deal about breathing, right? But then, you know, when you learn how to breathe consciously, like I remember when I was earlier in my career, when I was starting to compete on a professional level, I was struggling with allergies a lot. I had my nose was clogged up. I had I had a lot of doctors look at it, and I even had some intervention on like one of the like left side of the nose, and they're trying to open it up, and so many things were coming out, and then no one can really understand what is going on. It kept coming back. And so I did change my diet, which affected it in a great, you know, in a great manner. But at the same time, I felt whenever I would get anxious on the court or feel too much pressure, it would start to happen again. I start to have this sensation of choking, of having lack of breath and so forth, which would then obviously completely jeopardize my physical state that I'm in. You know, I would feel tired, I would feel fatigued, especially if I'm playing on like really big heat, like Australia, for example. But when I started doing, you know, yoga practice, and when I started doing conscious breathing, it helped me tremendously, and it was so simple. And I encourage a lot of people that don't know where to start with all this, you know, like meditation, visualization. It might seem a little bit abstract.
Yeah.
Like start with conscious breathing, because and as what you've done with us, you've led us through to counting the breaths, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4 in, 4 out. And there, you know, millions of ways you can do that. But just simply starting to really be conscious of your breath, focusing maybe on the tip of your nose or something like that, or feeling the chair that you're sitting in, you know, then you're starting to train yourself to be more in the present moment. I think we you know, as a professional athlete and being in an individual sport, I get to feel a really big leaps, so to say, or transformations of emotional states very quickly. You know, I have no one really to rely on. So at times, you know, as confident I am in myself and comfortable in my own skin and being so experienced, sometimes I feel like, oh, geez, you know, I wish there was maybe someone, like I wish I had maybe another minute or two to sit down and like recollect before, recover before I step out and compete. But, you know, I don't. So I have to find a way. And the more I train myself to be mindful and to be present, the more I feel my breath, and the more I'm recovering my energy. And as a result, the more I feel I'm performing better, right? Because I'm more present. And I think a lot of people, including myself, you know, we find ourselves, you know, spending so much energy and so much time thinking about what has happened and the events that we want to change, or what will happen, trying to understand, predict the future, or being afraid of something that it might be coming. So I think, you know, the only real moment we have is now, and, you know, living in the present moment is a deep wisdom of every religion, you know, regardless of where you're coming from, what are you doing, whether you're doing meditation, whether you're in Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Muslim, everyone understands that the power of being in this moment, power of being in the now, actually allows you to really fully manifest your own capabilities and to get the best out of yourself. So that was very powerful, Jay, and I thank you for your time. I don't want to take too much away.
No, not at all. I'm just getting my charger, because you never want to die on it.
Your touch, exactly.